From hip-hop lyrics to political taglines, there's no escaping Pokemon's influence on pop culture. I'm Jacob with Channel Frederator, and today we're digging even deeper this time to unleash references from modern hits as well as some deep cuts that only the very best will remember. So grab your potions and kiss your mama goodbye, because we're on the road to more Pokemon references in cartoons that Pokemon fans should know. Guano and Lingling, Kappa Mikey, and Drawn Together, respectively. Pikachu is the adorable, red-cheeked face of the franchise, so whenever a cartoon wants to pay homage to the series, it serves up its own tweaked version of Pikachu. Take American Dad, for instance, where Toji wears an off-brand Pikachu shirt, or Steven Universe, where Steven has a figurine of a Pikachu Moogle love child. Some shows, though, go the extra mile by making their Pikachu parodies main characters. The show Kappa Mikey, about an American cartoon actor who stars in a fictional Japanese anime, features a snarky purple Pikachu doppelganger named Guano. He also happens to be the director and writer of the show within the show, Lilymoo. While he's the brains of the operation, on Lilymoo he's just a magical creature that can only say his own name. Sound familiar? Then we've got Lingling from Drawn Together. Like Kappa Mikey, the show pokes fun at animation stereotypes by sticking them all in a house together, Big Brother style. Lingling was the show's archetypical Asian battle monster, armed to the teeth with supernatural abilities and always speaking in, well, it's not Japanese, but it's definitely in the ballpark. Lingling is also quite homicidal and even used their powers to disembowel their former trainer named, wait for it, Gash. Yeah, and you thought that the original Pikachu was a jerk. Adventure Time, Joshua and Margaret Investigations. Pokemon games are always named after flashy gemstones, colors, celestial bodies of some kind, letters, but sometimes subtlety is the name of the game. Some references aren't as in-your-face as those off-color, vaguely identifiable mouse monsters with names like Pico-Chump. While I can definitely imagine Adventure Time having just such a character, they decided to go for a more subdued route. In the episode Joshua and Margaret Investigations, Margaret bursts open the doors to her weapons room to reveal an arsenal of axes, bows, cleavers, daggers, and a dang Pokeball. It's a neat little nod from the acclaimed show, and the Pokeball deserves to find itself in such a deadly arsenal. After all, we don't know what Pokemon is in there. And do we even know how it converts living beings into light to store them in a seemingly endless stasis until they're needed again? However it works, here's hoping that Finn breaks out an Ultra Ball in the series finale and uses it to capture the Lich. GarageBand Super Zeros. GarageBand certainly doesn't have the same name recognition that Pokemon does, so if this is your first time hearing about the show, let me give you the lowdown. It's a Canadian cartoon about an indie band made by the creators of Total Drama. Are you sold, or are you very sold? In the episode Super Zeros, the band's lead guitarist Corey discovers that their fans go wild over gimmicks. Their fans, of course, being the little kids attending the parties that they play at. In order to harness that raw fandom, Corey pitches a series of gimmicks to his bandmates that they can exploit as party performers. Some of these include dressing band members as clowns, performing as a cowboy band, and dressing as something with tails, which Corey demonstrates by putting on a purple Pikachu costume. There's no mistaking those ears and that tail, even if they are purple. What, am I supposed to think that Corey is dressed up as Guano? Ultimately, though, the band picks up an episode-long superhero gimmick instead. So did Corey's Pikachu gimmicks sell you on GarageBand? Let us know in the comments, and maybe we'll find 106 more facts about that show for you. The Powerpuff Girls Super Zeros. In an unrelated coincidence, the Powerpuff Girls also has an episode called Super Zeros, in which they also try to be more conveniently gimmicky superhero characters, and which also contains a Pokemon reference. Small world, huh? Alright, let me set the scene here. The Powerpuff Girls, believing that they need to become better heroes, emulate some of their favorite comic book stars, all of whom are also parodies of popular characters, by the way. This rebrand comes with a downside. They have to find new transportation methods. No more busting out the window in 3 streaks of light. This acceptably on-brand transportation is slower, so the girls take much longer to actually get to the crime scene than they usually do. As the mayor of Townsville eagerly awaits their arrival, he checks his watch, which has a Jigglypuff lookalike smack dab in the center of it. It's a cute nod to the Pokemon anime in an already parody-filled episode. Man, if I was back in the year 2000 and I didn't have my phone all the time, I would be all about getting that watch, because that is adorable. The Cleveland Show ain't nothing but mutton bustin'. Just leave it to a Seth MacFarlane show to supply you with your daily dose of pop culture references. While we're shocked that Pokemon hasn't made more of an appearance on Family Guy, it does pop up in an unexpected way in Family Guy's spin-off, The Cleveland Show. In the episode Ain't Nothing But Mutton Bustin', Donna suggests that Cleveland spends more time with her son Rollo. So Cleveland and Rollo go to the county fair to do some father-son bonding. At the fair, there's a booth that is loaded with non-copyright infringing knockoffs of other characters. Among them are Bort Simpson, Brian and Stewie from Family Guy, a weird off-brand blue Spider-Man, and Gengar. Yes, Generation 1's big bad ghost Pokemon has been ripped off and hawked at the county fair. That same Gengar knockoff doll appears in the episode Murray Christmas. In that episode, Rollo smuggles his new Jewish friend home for the holidays but has to hide him when his mom comes in. Murray blends in with a pile of dolls in Rollo's closet, and among them is the knockoff Gengar. Codename Kids Next Door, Operation Archive. The Pokemon themselves aren't the only ones who get to do some show hopping. Ash Ketchum, always off exploring new lands on his journey to become a Pokemon master, also apparently finds his way into other cartoons. In the Codename Kids Next Door episode, Operation Archive, a kid who looks suspiciously like Ash can be seen at the Kids Next Door moon base endorsing a plan to destroy the adult's coffee source. From the red and white cap to the blue vest to the green backpack, that loud getup can belong to no one else but Pallet Town's own Ash Ketchum. Hey, the kid had to be doing something before he took off on that decades-long Pokemon journey, and he's not the only monster training anime character that has had a cameo on Kids Next Door. Yugi Moto from Yu-Gi-Oh! Appeared in Operation IT, so we know that those animators were keeping their eyes on all the early 2000s anime hits. Come to think of it, Ash is actually probably the best recruit the Kids Next Door could have. Hasn't he been 10 for like 20 years now? Now that is commitment to the cause. Osmosis Jones. For those of us who grew up playing the Pokemon games and watching the anime, the series really became a part of us. But for those living in the world of Osmosis Jones, Pikachu is literally a part of them. To give some quick background, Osmosis Jones was a hybrid live-action animated adventure movie about a white blood cell named Ozzy and his cold pill companion Drix as they fight off a deadly virus inside the body of a zookeeper, Bill Murray. In the film's darkest moment, their case is forcibly closed, Ozzy is fired, and Drix is given a one-way ticket to, number 1. As Ozzy rushes to stop Drix from leaving, you can see one of the germs carrying a Pikachu. Even weirder, it's not a Pico-Chump or a Hokemon, that's straight up a Pikachu. Some fans have taken this to be an allusion to the real-life human protein Pikachurin, which was named after the Pokemon thanks to its lightning-fast moves. However, that protein wasn't discovered and named until after Osmosis Jones came out. So what do you think that Pikachu is doing inside this grown man's body? Cross-promotion by Warner Brothers? A bad Pika pun? Let us know in the comments. Mad. Cartoon Network's Mad TV series had all the parodic sensibilities of South Park or Robot Chicken, but with kids shows as source material. The Pokemon Park segment, which hybridizes Pokemon and Jurassic Park, begins with a Pikachu tearing someone apart with his tiny little hands. Sounds more like Ling Ling to me, but with those characters, I guess we're just splitting hairs at this point. This segment features the cast of the anime as characters from the original Jurassic Park movie and takes place on an island inhabited by wild, vicious pocket monsters. And this is just one of Mad's numerous Pokemon-centric sketches. There's also Pokemonsters Inc., wherein Ash is unleashed upon the world of Monsters Inc. and proceeds to catch 'em all in a relentless kidnapping spree. And Mad also aired a Poke Harmony segment about a dating app for Pokemon. You know, for when mass breeding with a Ditto at the daycare just loses its spark. These are just a handful of Mad's numerous references, but they do tell us one thing. All you gotta do is slap the Poke prefix on any pop culture thing and you've got yourself a sketch. More miscellaneous knockoffs. We can't even count the number of shows that have riffed on Pokemon by introducing a trading card or a video game with a parody title. Plenty of shows do it, and not all of them are worth a full entry on this list. In our last references video, we talked about Pikimon Get, the Pokemon Go spoof from The Simpsons, Dopey Man from Arthur, and who could forget Chin Pokemon from South Park. Those are only a few from the vast Pokédex of pastiche, but here's a few more for your decks. Gnome Cop from Jackie Chan Adventures, Hokemon from The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy, Tinymon from Johnny Test, Llama Balls from The Emperor's New School, and a Jimbo from Recess. Wild references are all around us! And there you have it. Once again, I'm Jacob, and thanks for watching even more Pokemon references. Which one is your favorite? What did we miss? Comment below to let us know. And we've got new videos dropping every day, so make sure to subscribe to Channel Frederator for more videos just like this one. And don't forget to hit that little bell icon to become part of our notification squad. And remember, Frederator loves you.